Shalom, more praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah, double line to Apostle GMS. This is Amnawa Allah coming at you another video. And on this topic, I want to go into the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, and the 16th verse. Going into the topic of being lukewarm. Guys that don't come out. Guys that's always showing up late. Guys that don't study. Guys that do 2 shows a month. You know what I mean? And think you ain't paying attention because you ain't saying nothing to them. Them kind of guys. Come to camp and they spirit not really in it. They just around waiting for camp to end. They got to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? These are just things that I've witnessed throughout the years. So let's get right to it. Revelation 13, chapter 3, verse 14. And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, these things save the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of the Most High. So this is Yahweh Shah. I'm speaking. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So he said to the Laodiceans, I know your works, that you're neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. I'd rather you be cold or hot. If a person is cold, they're not really in it. If a person is hot, they have a lot of fervor for it, a great passion, a great desire for it. So he said, I'd rather you be either in or out. So then, because thou art lukewarm, so if you're not hot or cold, you lukewarm. You right in between. Let's get that word lukewarm.
Strong's G 5513, Chliaras.
Chliaras. Tippet, lukewarm, metaphorically, of the condition of the soul, wretchedly fluctuating between a torpor and a fervor of love. Torpor, what does that say? Mean? It says torpor is a psychological state in which an animal's body temperature and metabolic rate decrease to conserve energy. So it's between torpor and a fervor of love. So having was fervor. It's a noun that means a strong feeling or belief in something. So fervor is a strong feeling or belief. Torpor is when your metabolic rate decreases to conserve energy. It's a response to unfavorable environmental conditions like cold or drought. So it says torpor is a state of decrease. It's psychological, I believe. I think it's psychological. I meant to say physiological. Torpor is a state of decreased physiological activity in an animal, usually marked by a reduced body temperature and metabolic rate. So torpor is a decreased physiological activity. And fervor is what? A strong feeling or belief in something. So it's right in between being inactive and right in between having a lot of passion. So you lukewarm. What does the word tippet mean? Moderately warm or lukewarm, or lacking enthusiasm or conviction. There you go. Lacking enthusiasm, lacking conviction. Let me go to view entry. What does it say view entry? Okay, basically it. Same thing. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So if it's something that you eating or drinking, and it's lukewarm, we're going to spit it out. If you got tea, you ever had a cup of tea and it's hot, you drinking it, and so you normally let it cool off a little bit. And then you come back in 20 minutes, you forget about it, you come back in 20 minutes, you take a sip out of it, I can't drink this, you just pour it out. But that's those guys. They're lukewarm. They're lukewarm, they're lacking enthusiasm. And you're not fooling anybody. Like, you could play this game for however many months, years you want. You're not fooling nobody, man. You're not fooling nobody. Brothers see it. They ain't gotta say nothing. They don't gotta say nothing. But brothers see it. Brothers is not simple. Especially brothers that been in this thing for years, they got experience. Brothers can see it. You can see it on a guy through the spirit before it even happened. You know what I'm saying? The signs is always there. Or this guy ain't do a video in 3 months. You think nobody paying attention. Don't think because nobody ain't saying nothing to you, don't mean nobody don't know what's going on. See, because that's when you gotta start worrying. Because if you're doing something and nobody's saying nothing to you, then all that's really happening is a case is being built up against you. A case is being built up against you. Because guess what? If you ain't do a video in, let's say, 2 weeks, let's say you got some kind of excuse. 2 weeks went by, you say you've been doing 16 hours a day at work. That's possible. I've had jobs where I worked the whole entire month, like 12 hours. I've had jobs where I worked 86 hours in a week. That's not in 6 days. That's not impossible. Trust me, it's not impossible. And you super tired and all, like, yeah, that's not impossible. But what's this? But 2 weeks is a long time for you to have an excuse. For that excuse to be valid. And then when it comes to a month, what excuse you got? When it comes to 2 months, so all of these months done passed, nobody said nothing. So time is building. So the time is just building up. So now when you finally get confronted about it, and it's 2 months in, or 6 weeks in, guess what? You ain't got no excuse. Yeah, I can see if you ain't do a video in a week, let's say. Maybe you got some kind of valid excuse. But 6 weeks, you ain't got no valid excuse. So a case is being built up and you don't even know it. Don't think brothers don't see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Don't think because they ain't be doing video, but ain't anybody watching my videos. See, I know the brother ain't watching. He ain't really on the ball. Okay. Keep thinking that. You know? This is the book of 1 Timothy 1:19. Holding faith in a good conscience, which some having put away concerning faith have made shipwreck. Let's look at that. Conscience.
Strong's G 4893. Sunnidisis.
Literally a knowing with, a co-knowledge with oneself, the witness born to one's conduct by conscience. That faculty by which we apprehend the will of the Most High as that which is designed to govern our lives. The soul as distinguishing between what is morally good and bad, prompting to do the former and shun the latter, commending one and condemning the other. So your conscience is your soul. This is because you know the word lab goes back to the Hebrew word mind. Lab, the word heart is the Hebrew word lab, which means mind. So your conscience is your soul, is the soul as distinguishing between that which is morally good and bad, prompting you to do the former, which is good, and shun the latter, the bad, commending one, the good, and condemning the other, which is bad. So that's a good conscience. That's why it says the witness born, or some B-O-R-N-E means like to carry, the witness born to one's conduct by conscience. So the witness born to one's conduct by conscience. In other words, your conscience is going to be a witness of your actions. Is going to be a witness of your conscience. The witness born to one's conduct by conscience. So your conduct is going to be a representation of your conscience, because you are going to behave in a manner in which you think. That faculty by which you apprehend the will of the Most High. So we apprehend the will of the Most High. That your conscience is the faculty by which we apprehend the will of the Most High. Now, word apprehend means what? Arrest, seize, to become aware, perceive. By which we perceive the will of the Most High as that which is designed to govern our lives. So that's supposed to govern our lives. Without our conscience, our soul is supposed to distinguish between morally right and bad, and do that which is right. Okay? So that we can perform the will of our Heavenly Father, of our Father that which is in heaven. Holding faith in a good conscience, which some having put away concerning faith have made shipwreck. Yes, some have put away concerning faith have made shipwreck. They shipwreck the faith. So like if a ship is sailing and it crashes, what happens? The ship has become wrecked. And what happens? They abandon the ship. So some have put away concerning faith have made shipwreck. Meaning you have people out there that have shipwrecked the faith. They've abandoned the faith. They didn't believe. You know? They didn't believe. And you got guys out there that's like that. You know, they don't really believe. They just in it to be a part of something. They just hanging around because, you know, they ain't got the heart to say they don't want to do this thing no more. You know what I mean? They lukewarm. They're not really serious about this thing. You don't be in this thing for 10 plus years and then all of a sudden, you don't even got to be in it for 10 years. You could be in it for 3 months. You got to show that you're really into it. But all of them signs are going to show eventually, man. Eventually, you're going to get tired of standing up outside. Eventually, you're going to get tired of doing shows. You're going to get tired of, you know, you're going to feel like brothers is giving you the third degree. Or brothers is asking a question about something that don't really make any sense. Meaning, you know, something that you may have done. And somebody asking you a question. I don't like how this brother giving me a third degree. I don't like how he questioned me about how I ain't do a video in 5 weeks. I don't like how he questioned me how I ain't coming out. Guys not real, man. They just around to be a part of something. They came into camp, they got cool with some brothers, and they want to keep that friendship going on, so they just hang around. You got guys that's like that. They ain't really real. Can't fool nobody. And even if you fool men, you can't fool Yahweh Shemal Shah. Now, there's other scriptures I can get to when it comes to this. But, you know, I just want to make that short, because it was just something that just came up in my mind for the past few minutes. So, you know what? Let's do a lesson on it, man. Let's do a lesson on it. Now, here's the book of Colossians 4:14, right? It says, Luke, the beloved physician, and Demas greet you. So that's what he's saying, right? To the church in Colossus, Greece. And he said, Demas greet you, right? But then in 2 Timothy 4:9, he says, do that diligence to come shortly unto me, for Demas hath forsaken me. Now this could have been been the same Demas, because he mentioned Demas 3 times on 3 different occasions. For Demas hath forsaken me, having loved this present world. So Demas is like, yo man, I'm tired of this thing. I'm out of here. He just gave him a shout out not too long ago, so to speak. He just said Demas greet you. He said in love from Demas. Hey, he said what's up, so to speak. Or he said blessings and peace be upon you. He greeted you. But he said, for Demas hath forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica, Crescens to Galatia, Titus to Dalmatia. He loves the present world like the seed sown among thorns. The cares of this world eat them up. But this is a person who was lukewarm. It wasn't really in it for real. And you gonna have guys like that back then. You had guys like that back then. You got guys like that now. They just around, man. They're just around, and they think you don't see what's going on. You can see it through the spirit. You know, you can see it, and this applies to anybody, including myself. So you gotta fast, pray. You gotta remain in the spirit, man. So with that, I'm gonna close and say, oh, praise Yahweh Shemal Shah. So if you don't want to be in this thing, just get it, leave. That's all. Leave. Go. So with that, I'm gonna say, oh, praise Yahweh Shemal. You wasting brother's time, man. You wasting your own time. Bro, you know, try to broke with you, whatever. But if you don't want to be in this thing, just leave. Just go back into the world. Or maybe I might be the prodigal son, man. Maybe I'm the prodigal son. Maybe I'm supposed to fall off, and most have mercy on me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys left the truth thinking that they were the prodigal son. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that they was gonna be the prodigal son. Well, that ain't gonna apply to all y'all guys. Alright? But that's just Satan messing with you. Satan getting in your mind to try to make you find scripture to reason your wickedness. So with that, I'm to deceive you thinking you're making a good decision, but you're not. So I'm gonna fall out. I'm gonna be brought back. I think I'm the prodigal son. I had this one dream one time. You know what I'm saying? And they think that's something spiritual, but that's really just Satan sending you those dreams to deceive you, man. So with that, I'm gonna say all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah, double lines to the Apostle GMS. I hope you learn something. Shalom.